So it's Samuel Jacobs and Tommy Lawrence from the blue corner, Sid Manelli and oi oi Tommy Tanner from the red corner. Commence wrestling!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rumble Wrestling Promotions on the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel. It is time for tag team action, as Stephen Barker would say. It's tag team time here at the magnificent Woodville in Gravesend. We are crammed to the rafters, sold out as always. Thank you so much to the Rumble faithful. Rumble Wrestling TV presents to you a tag team match with Dave Macro in the middle. It's the team of Bruiser Jacobs and the Hunter Tommy Lawrence against the Rumble Wrestling Champion Sid Manelli and the Rumble Wrestling European Champion Tommy Tanner. Looks like we're going to start out with Sid Manelli, of course, in the infamous red and blue tights with the white stars, being attacked immediately by who else but Bruiser Jacobs, who's gouging at the nostrils to get things started. And Bruiser Jacobs, no love lost, of course, between him and Sid Manelli. Met each other many a time in Rumble Wrestling and beyond. And now with the Irish Whip, gets caught with a shoulder tackle, does Bruiser, courtesy of Sid Manelli, who sidesteps and sends him right into his own tag team partner. And just like that, Sid Manelli has gained control in this tag team matchup, the heart and soul of Rumble Wrestling. Wrist lock applied, wrenching at the arm of Bruiser Jacobs, makes the tag, and here comes Tommy Tanner. Oi oi, to the top rope goes the European Champion, double axe handle across the left arm of Bruiser Jacobs, and looking to apply pressure. Textbook tag team wrestling to begin action here at the Woodville. And of course, if there are any tickets left by the time you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, I highly suggest you make haste to rumblewrestling.com to secure your seat for our next show here at the Woodville. It's pretty much guaranteed to sell out. A double-header steel cage main event, including Tate Mayfairs versus Nino Bryant. Wrist lock control, beautifully applied. Sid Manelli making the blind tag off the back of Tommy Tanner up to the second rope, and very obvious what's going on here. Isolate Bruiser Jacobs. Drilling his right arm across the left arm of Bruiser Jacobs, sends his head into the turnbuckle. Now an Irish Whip into the opposite turnbuckle. Sid Manelli is caught in here, and a big splash in the corner. Snapmare out of the corner comes Sid Manelli, sits him up, basement drop kick, beautifully applied. I have to say, Bruiser Jacobs, for my money, one of the most underrated and most vicious professional wrestlers in all of the game. But right now, getting his proverbial butt handed to him, courtesy of Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner. And talk about a championship duo that would make any wrestling fan envious in Tommy Tanner and Sid Manelli. And a beautiful double hip toss to Bruiser Jacobs. And Tommy Lawrence says, I've had enough of this nonsense. And he gets one in riposte for his behaviour. And referee Dave Macro trying to restore some order here in this traditional tag team matchup. Of course, tag rules do apply. Not that you would think so at this moment in time. It looks like Tommy Lawrence and Bruiser Jacobs are going to look to rally and try and regroup here. And it looks like Bruiser Jacobs is directing traffic, says Tommy Lawrence, and to the other side, looking to distract Sid Manelli so that he can use that as an opportunity to attack Sid Manelli from behind. And just like that, Bruiser Jacobs, the great tactician that he is, and now Tommy Lawrence laying in the boots as well. Referee Dave Macro says, you get out of there. You've got a 5 count to remove yourself. Otherwise I will exercise my ability to issue a public warning. A European uppercut from Bruiser Jacobs garners a 2 count from Sid Manelli. And now front face lock applied and a tag made to the Hunter Tommy Lawrence, who has had a real change of heart as of late. Used to be one of the real favourites of Rumble Wrestling, but there seems to be a real dark, menacing, brooding edge to Tommy Lawrence these days, and you can't say that it hasn't reaped rewards. It certainly is right now, as he's absolutely volleying Sid Manelli from pillar to post. Irish Whip out of the corner with velocity, and you saw the back and the neck jar against the Rumble turnbuckle. Sid Manelli reaching out to Tommy Tanner, but not in any shape to crawl to make a tag. Meanwhile, looks like a suplex is going to be applied. Beautiful escape by Sid Manelli. Rope crush from one again. Sid Manelli, like a Houdini, just escaped out of the box that was Tommy Lawrence. And now, Irish Whip reversal into the corner, gets the boot up to Sid Manelli, up to the second rope, looking to leapfrog over the top of Tommy Lawrence, comes off the rope, beautiful flying crossbody by the Rumble Wrestling Champion, garners a 2 count. And tag made once again to the European Champion Tommy Tanner, who is in whopper condition. Double Irish Whip. Tommy Lawrence ducks under, now open in mode, and now looking to potentially apply a double face buster as the team of Sid Manelli. Oh, careful, Sid Manelli almost lost his foot in there. But the catch, Bruiser Jacobs coming in, and now a double face buster to Bruiser Jacobs as well. And I've got to say, Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner, every single time you think Lawrence and Bruiser are going to take full advantage, all of a sudden they seem to be able to step it up a gear and take full advantage and re-control this matchup. Irish Whip reversal, Tommy Tanner goes up and over, comes off the ropes, ducks the clothesline from Tommy Lawrence, and that's off a beautiful head scissors. Clothesline as well, and Tommy Tanner is cooking here in Gravesend, ladies and gentlemen, and a scoop slam got him up. Look at that power on display. Tommy Lawrence is no small man, and Tommy Tanner made easy. Tommy Lawrence was trying to escape, but Tanner applies a standing moonsault, but Lawrence was wise to it, and now a beautiful kick right to the chest there. The elevation was on display from Tommy Lawrence, ever the athlete. Never mind the attitude change, he's still got all the athletic ability that you could desire, and now Bruiser Jacobs is a legal man and is looking to do what he does best, and that is cart somebody in the corner. Snap suplex to Tommy Tanner, applied by Bruiser Jacobs. One of the most vicious, one of the best, one of the most underrated wrestlers in all of British professional wrestling, as Sid Manelli is trying to will Tommy Tanner back into the fight. And Dave Macro is admonishing Bruiser Jacobs for his behaviour. I don't think Bruiser Jacobs gives a damn, frankly, as he sticks a forearm sure right into the back of Tommy Tanner. Now tags in into Tommy Lawrence. Double Irish whip to the European champion, and a double back elbow grounds the European champion, and Lawrence with a rather cocky pin. And referee Dave Macro currently admonishing Sid Manelli, needs to pay more attention to what's going on in the ring, frankly. And in the meantime, Tommy Lawrence decides, well, if I can't get a pinfall, I may as well do even more damage on Tommy Lawrence. And meanwhile, Sid Manelli's beside himself, but he's actually damaging the hopes of his tag team partner, Tommy Tanner, because Bruiser Jacobs and Tommy Lawrence are teeing off and having their way in the corner. Tommy Tanner in the last 2 years has risen in stock in terms of professional wrestling. Titles are coming and excellence is coming, but ultimately the experience is still not there, and Tommy Lawrence and Bruiser Jacobs are looking to take full advantage of that. 2 count only. Referee Dave Macro, bless him, looks completely gassed trying to handle these 4 mammoth individuals when it comes to Rumble Wrestling and the law, of course, that is Rumble Wrestling, as Tommy Tanner is once again being dismantled in the corner, and Sid Manelli is pleading with Dave Macro to pay attention to what's going on in the other side of the corner. But Dave Macro has to enforce the rules. If Sid Manelli doesn't get out of the ring, Dave Macro is obviously going to be disposed with him. Vicious knockhead chop in the corner by Bruiser Jacobs. I can tell you, for love nor money, you don't want none of that. That violent backbreak. Tommy Tanner looks absolutely worn out. Irish whip in the corner again, and the velocity. And look at a little bit of flex on display, courtesy of Bruiser Jacobs, who is in mammoth condition, might I add. I've never seen anybody's transformation look quite as impressive as Bruiser Jacobs. What a body on this guy. As he now directs Tommy Lawrence for the Irish whip out of the corner, and a clothesline right in front of Sid Manelli. And Tommy Tanner was reaching out there, and Bruiser Jacobs very smart. That's the tactician, that's the wily veteran nature of Bruiser Jacobs. And meanwhile, referee Dave Macro, once again indisposed, trying to deal with Sid Manelli, who's letting his emotions get the better of him, which is not good news for Tommy Lawrence. And now, Tommy Tanner is able to escape through the legs. Tommy Lawrence caught him and said, where do you think you're going, sunshine? But, oh, look out. Little meeting of the minds there, a malfunction at a junction, and can Tommy Tanner make the tag? Yes, he can, and a fresh Sid Manelli has arrived in this tag team matchup. Clothesline to Tommy Lawrence, clothesline to Bruiser Jacobs, and he is firing on all cylinders. He's the Rumble Wrestling Champion. He sent Tommy Lawrence into the corner, and Dave Macro almost got caught right in the middle of that nonsense, and now Sid Manelli seems to have stacked up Bruiser Jacobs and Tommy Lawrence in the corner, and a big splash to the back of Bruiser Jacobs. The knock-on effect, and now we will get a meeting of the minds. And the brakes were put on with great haste, courtesy of Bruiser Jacobs and Tommy Lawrence. Irish whip. Sid Manelli ducks under and sends Bruiser Jacobs into Tommy Lawrence once again, and that lack of tag team cohesion seems to be biting Bruiser Jacobs and Tommy Lawrence right in the backside. And now, I'll talk about synchronicity. Tommy Tanner and Sid Manelli with the same idea, looking to knock a few brain cells out of these high IQ, high acumen hunters in the Bruiser, Jacobs, and of course Tommy Lawrence. And Bruiser Jacobs, his eyes glazed over, doesn't seem to know where he is, but I tell you what, if you put the lights on in here, you would realise just how big this place is. Oh, they put the brakes on though. Tanner and Manelli took a little too long and got caught in the middle, and now Bruiser Jacobs says, you know what, how about we clatter these two together and give them a taste of their own medicine. Here we go, double Irish whips out of the corner, leapfrog over the top, and man, once again, the tag team synchronicity, you've got to say, the beautiful cohesion of Sid Manelli and Tommy Tanner. Manelli directing traffic as Tommy Lawrence is sent Irish whip straight into Bruiser Jacobs. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh mama. Oh man. And that big old dome of Bruiser Jacobs met those big old fruits of Tommy Lawrence. At least if Tommy Lawrence will have you believe. Oh, of course. Well, no, none the wiser, ladies and gentlemen. And now Sid Manelli with a super kick wipes out Tommy Lawrence. And I do believe with Bruiser Jacobs indisposed on the outside, Tommy Tanner's going to take to the skies, and a beautiful one-time bomb right across the chest of Tommy Lawrence, and Tommy Tanner picks up the win in this tag team matchup.